Welcome back to Hoop here in Nebraska. Wednesdays here on the program, we like to hear from members of the farm women's group, Common Ground.
Today we are going to hear from a Common Ground volunteer about recent changes surrounding country of origin labeling. So joining us now is Carol Swan from York, and thank you for being here today, Carol.
Thank you for having us. This is a pleasure.
You bet.
So you worked for 30 years for the USDA Meat Grading and Certification Branch. So you have a real interest in meat products, right?
Yes, I do. Yes,
okay.
I do.
So what is country of origin labeling or cool labeling?
Was implemented by Congress at the request of consumers so they could know where their food came from. It was with the Farm Bill in 2002 and 2008. It became mandatory with all the products in 2009, your meat products and your fruits and vegetables. Now, fruits and vegetables voluntarily started this in 2002. The fish folks were mandatory in 2005 with labeling of farm-raised, wild-caught, and then the country it came from. 2009, all your meat products and everything was mandatory. It's fresh meats, beef, pork, lamb, goat, and chicken, your fresh fruits and vegetables, a few select nut items that are required to have cool labeling on them.
That's interesting because I know, like with salmon, you know, a lot of people will look for wild-caught versus farm-raised.
Right.
What's the difference?
Just in the process, like it says, wild-caught or farm-raised, just exactly what it means.
Is one better for you than the other?
I think the nutrition value was probably equally the same.
Is there a reason why they decided to have these labels? Why is it important maybe to consumers?
The consumers requested this so they could know where their food came from. And as it has nothing to do with quality or food safety or traceability. It's merely a consumer information process.
We're actually seeing some of them now, Carol, on the screen. And is this what they look like?
That's a store signage.
Okay.
On your fruits and vegetables, the little sticker that's round that we peel off before we cook. Some of your bags, you have to look very close on your bags.
Is that it there, Carol?
Yes, that's.
Okay.
That would be the little stickers on all your fruits and fresh fruits and vegetables.
Which is what we would see maybe if we were at the grocery store.
Exactly, yes. And then on your meat products, it's very, very tiny there, right above the price, is this one I believe says raised and slaughtered in the U.S., but there's other ones that say in Mexico, like I've seen some ground beef products as a product of United States and Mexico, some of a product of United States and Canada, and it's very tiny. You have to kind of look your packages over, and even on your fruits and vegetables, some of those you have to look. It's very tiny, but it's on there.
Well, I know in June there was some movement by the U.S. House of Representatives to maybe remove some labels from beef, pork, chicken in the U.S. What's happening with that?
The World Trade Organization requested that this be repealed because they felt the Canadian and Mexican cattle were being discriminated against. So the House, in order to not have high tariffs implemented, decided to repeal it. So now it's in the Senate. The Senate Agriculture Committee has set forth a bill, and they're discussing it, trying to figure out exactly what needs to be done, because the consumers still would like to know. And I think they want to make it voluntary for everybody instead of mandatory, because the packers, it's a little expensive to segregate Canadian cattle and Mexican fed cattle or Mexican purchased cattle in the packing plants. Make sure the labelings are correct with quality assurance people, make sure they have the labels. So it's kind of expensive for the packing plants to do this, and some packing plants have gotten so they do not want to purchase Mexican cattle that have been brought to the United States and fed, or Canadians that have been brought to the United States and fed, or even some of them that are fed cattle that are shipped to Nebraska or to the United States to be slaughtered. So they might have a reason to want to change this. So if they make it voluntary, perhaps that would work. But the consumer, they still want to know.
Okay,
and the consumer is important to all of us in agriculture.
That's right. Well, Carol, you're a wealth of knowledge, and good news, you're here after the break again. We're going to hear from you again, and we're going to take advantage of your expertise. So thank you for joining us here.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. This has been a pleasure.
We're going to be right back.